Hello, gentlemen. I'm Dr. Sienna Brooks, and I want to start by telling you how grateful I am that you've taken a few moments of your day to be here with me. Over the years of working in medicine, I've sat with thousands of men, listening to their concerns, their frustrations, and their quiet hopes about aging well. And there's one truth I've seen again and again. Health rarely disappears in a sudden, dramatic collapse. Instead, it fades in small, almost invisible increments. A skipped workout here, a rushed meal there, a late night that becomes a regular pattern. These tiny cracks form in the foundation of our well-being, and over time they create real, tangible change in how we feel, how we move, how we show up in the world. One of the rituals I hear about constantly from my patients is the daily cup of green tea. For many, it feels like a badge of honor, something they can point to and say, "See, I'm doing something good for my health." And you've heard it all before. Green tea is a superfood. It's overflowing with antioxidants. It speeds up your metabolism. It keeps you young. The marketing is persuasive, the science looks impressive on paper, and it's true that green tea contains some of the most potent plant compounds known to nutrition. But here's the uncomfortable truth I need to share with you. For a great many men over the age of 50, that steaming cup of green tea is not delivering on its promise. You enjoy the earthy aroma, you take comfort in the ritual, you think you're making a wise choice, but the actual benefits, the energy, the vitality, the circulation support, they never really arrive. And the reason isn't that the tea is bad, or that the science is flawed. It's because your body, particularly your body as it ages, struggles to hold on to the very molecules that make green tea valuable. It's like holding water in your hands. Most of it slips through your fingers before you can drink it. The magic in green tea lies in compounds known as catechins, and the most celebrated among them is EGCG. In a laboratory, these compounds are nothing short of extraordinary. They fight inflammation, they kickstart metabolism, they protect your cells from oxidative stress. They even play a role in supporting vascular health. On paper, they're golden. But the real world isn't a laboratory, and the human body isn't a sterile test tube. Catechins are fragile. They're unstable. The very moment hot water hits those delicate tea leaves, they begin to degrade. By the time your tea cools enough to sip, a large portion of those molecules has already broken down. And once they enter your stomach, they're battered by acid and digestive enzymes, leaving even less behind. By the time they reach the part of your intestine where absorption is supposed to happen, what remains is only a fraction of what you thought you were drinking. You imagine you're nourishing your cells, but your body is only receiving the tiniest sliver of what you hoped for. And here's where age becomes an even bigger factor. Once men cross the threshold of 50, digestion isn't as smooth or as efficient as it once was. The lining of the gut, which should be pulling those precious compounds into the bloodstream, grows thinner and less active. Enzymes become overzealous in breaking down what should be protected. The result is disappointing. The finest, most expensive green tea in the world may still fail to deliver real benefits. And so, men come to me puzzled, asking why they don't feel any different despite drinking green tea faithfully for years. And I tell them the truth. The issue isn't the tea, it's absorption. Bioavailability, that's the scientific term. The body's ability to actually make use of what you consume. And the good news is, there are simple, natural ways to fix this. You don't need a lab-made pill. You don't need an expensive supplement. What you need is a companion to your tea, a natural ally that acts as a guardian and an escort. Imagine carrying a fragile parcel through a storm. Without protection, it will be torn apart before it ever arrives. But if someone shields it, if someone guides it safely to its destination, it arrives intact and ready to be used. That's exactly what the right ingredient can do for your tea. And the surprising part is, this ally is not rare, not exotic, not expensive. In fact, it's probably already sitting just a few feet away in your kitchen. I'm talking about black pepper. I can already hear your reaction. Black pepper in tea? It sounds unusual. We associate it with eggs, soups, salads, but not with a delicate green tea ritual. Yet the science is undeniable. Black pepper contains a natural compound called piperine, and piperine has an almost magical ability. It dramatically enhances absorption. Scientists sometimes call it an absorption multiplier, because that's exactly what it does. Here's how it works. Normally, your gut and liver are filled with enzymes designed to quickly break down molecules before they can be absorbed. It's a kind of metabolic security system, and it often ends up escorting valuable nutrients out of the body before they've had a chance to help you. Piperine steps in like a negotiator, slowing down those enzymes, allowing the fragile catechins to slip past unharmed. The result is astonishing. Studies have shown that piperine can increase the bioavailability of certain nutrients by up to 2,000%. That's not a small bump. That's not even a doubling. That's taking a weak, diluted benefit and turning it into a concentrated surge of healing potential. And all it takes is a tiny pinch of freshly ground black pepper. Now, I have to emphasize the word freshly, because the piperine that does this work degrades quickly once pepper is ground. Those dusty shakers that have been sitting on your spice rack for years, they've lost much of their strength. What you need is a simple pepper grinder, nothing fancy, just a tool to crack the peppercorns fresh each morning. And the amount you need is so small, barely a pinch, less than you'd sprinkle on a dinner plate. That's enough to unlock the full potential of your tea. Suddenly, the ritual you thought was a token gesture becomes a powerful act of self-care. That creeping inflammation that silently ages your arteries, you're fighting it back. That sluggish circulation that leaves you drained or cold, you're giving your vessels the antioxidants they need to stay supple. That subtle decline in energy, drive, and confidence that men often shrug off as just age, you're reclaiming it, sip by sip. And black pepper is only the beginning. Because while piperine is extraordinary, there are other simple allies that can transform your tea into a true medicinal tonic. Take citrus, for example. A squeeze of fresh lemon or lime does something that seems almost alchemical. Vitamin C, the active star of citrus juice, binds to those fragile catechins and shields them. It's as if the molecules are wrapped in armor. So when they pass through the acidic battlefield of your stomach, they aren't destroyed. They remain whole, intact, and ready to be absorbed. And once they make it into your bloodstream, vitamin C brings its own gifts, strengthening collagen in your blood vessels, reducing inflammation, supporting immunity. In one effortless squeeze, you've both protected the tea's compounds and added a new layer of benefit. Then there's ginger, the ancient root known for centuries as a warming, healing spice. Add a slice of ginger or a half teaspoon of powdered ginger to your tea, and you'll feel the difference. It doesn't just change the flavor, it changes the body. Ginger stimulates blood vessels, improving circulation from head to toe. It creates warmth in the system, literally boosting energy flow. And because it's anti-inflammatory, it soothes as it energizes, creating a smoother internal environment for blood to move freely. Men who struggle with cold hands and feet, or a general sense of sluggishness, often find ginger transformative. And let's not forget cinnamon. For men worried about weight gain, stubborn belly fat, or fluctuating energy, cinnamon is a quiet powerhouse. This simple spice improves insulin sensitivity, which means your body uses sugar more efficiently instead of storing it. Stable blood sugar equals steady energy and fewer crashes. It also supports hormonal balance, which plays into everything from vitality to mood. A half teaspoon of high-quality cinnamon in your tea is a small step that builds into major change over time. Here's what I want you to understand. The real power isn't just in the tea leaves or in these added ingredients, it's in your intention. Mindlessly sipping green tea doesn't change much, but deliberately crafting your cup with a pinch of pepper, a squeeze of lemon, a slice of ginger, or a dusting of cinnamon, that is an act of care. It's medicine disguised as a daily ritual. It's you telling your body, I see you, I respect you, and I'm giving you what you truly need. And when repeated day after day, These small, thoughtful actions don't just add up, they multiply, creating profound change. Not in a week, not in a flash, but in a steady, sustainable rhythm. That's how men age not just longer, but stronger.